Hello and welcome to OutPerform, and we are today speaking about the treadmill running program. Most of the time I prescribe a lot of intervals. I often don't prescribe long distance running. If so, it's pretty self-explanatory. But when it comes to intervals, there is some confusion for some people. Always make sure that you're understanding the easy and the hard sections and you're paying attention to the seconds that are being related to that topic, okay? Often also remember it is in miles per hour. Make sure that your treadmill is in the correct setting. Most of the time, if you are in America, it should be on miles per hour, but very often, sometimes they get switched back to kilometers. Now, one thing that's confusing is if I'm to make you do 10 sets or 15 sets, this portion would be just extremely long. So as I noted before in the workout video, there is a red note icon. When that is available, please always click on it because I have very specific instructions. This may be a instructional video and instructions on how to actually use the treadmill, but this will be more specific to what I'm actually pertaining to for the day. So let's take a look. As you can see before, I only had 2 sets listed, an easy and a hard section. Obviously, I don't want you just doing one set. So you would click on the note icon and it would give you a better breakdown. HIIT, which is high intensity interval training, is to be performed anywhere. Using a treadmill will allow for better programming and being able to adjust speed, time, and incline. How to do HIIT or HIIT. You will perform 30 seconds of a sprint at 85% of your max pace. You then will follow that with a 30 seconds of walking at an easier pace. You will perform this until you've reached 10 minutes total of interval time. You can also perform HIIT on a treadmill, airdyne bike, outside, on the track, or standing running in place up against the wall. Whatever you choose is perfectly fine, but please note that you must be aware of your effort as far as the hard intervals and aware of your time. You can easily use free apps nowadays as an interval timer on your phone that you can set to automatically go off to tell you when to go and when to stop. Also understand that this is a set preference of percentage. The 30 seconds soft and 30 seconds hard, those are hard set times, which means those are not to be manipulated. But as far as where you're going to do it, that can be changed due to where you're at and what is available to you. And the pace is there for a basic understanding. So let's dive a little deeper. As you can see, I have 3.5 miles per hour as easy, and I have 8.5 miles per hour as hard. I currently have a client that finds that 8.5 miles per hour hard for 30 seconds is not very challenging. Everyone is at a different pace. Some people may be at a 6, and that is very difficult for them, and that is perfectly fine. Some people will be able to run at a 10, like my current client. You must find what is difficult for you. One thing that you must know is that when the 30 seconds is up, you should be getting towards the end of your max effort, meaning that you should set your pace as fast as you can consistently for that time frame. Yes, you may not be completely out of breath, but you should feel quite exhausted by the end of that 30 seconds. Some of you can dial down the treadmill to 3.5. A lot of people like to jump off to the side of the treadmill on the edges. Please understand that this is a dangerous option. I do this myself, but I'm also athletic and more mobile than most people. So, you may want to dial your treadmill down and then bring it back up. Just understand that once you bring it back up, it takes time for you to reach its max speed. Such as if you were doing 8.5 and you're coming from 3.5, it's going to take 7 seconds probably to get up to 8.5. You must not include that 7 seconds of ramping in your 30 seconds of hard intervals. You must be aware of these things. You can do this, like I said, on multiple pieces of equipment. Preferably use something that allows you to track your progress because things will get more difficult and I will have things more specific. I hope this breaks down things a little bit easier to understand for you. If you have any questions, feel free to message me.